So the PlayStation VR2 has been released. Let's talk about the good, the bad, and we'll decide if this peripheral should be thrown outside with the rotten bushmeat. I'm Island Gaming with Jay, and don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Let's get it. So for the most part, PlayStation fans, they are enjoying their new PlayStation VR2. We have seen them online breaking cutlery. We have seen them, bringing out their inner Picasso and painting. They are really having a hooting good time with the new PlayStation VR2. And to PlayStation credit, they have really produced a very good VR experience. We know to experience PlayStation VR2, what you will need is a PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation VR2. All of that would come up just under $1,100. And for what you are getting for $1,100, what most commentators are saying that this is the best experience you can get for that price. Because when it is you were to look at the competitors like the Valve Index and the HTC Vive Pro 2, both of those units or platforms, they are over $1,400. So Sony did really strike a chord here with giving you a premium feel at a lower cost. Now let's listen to some testimonials of how some persons feel about the PlayStation VR2.
Parents come over and to experience this, or friends and that, this is the game I'm going to put them in first. It's just as soon as it loads up and you're in the swimming pool, it is. I just couldn't believe it.
So this is a very good review here. We have this guy who said that when his parents come to visit, the first thing he's going to do is put them to work. He's not going to ask them, mom and dad, how the trip was, did you guys take your medication, how your knee's going. He's going to put them to rowboats as soon as they arrive. First he's in love with PlayStation VR2. Let's look at another one.
I love how it really feels like you're in the car. It doesn't feel fake or anything. Like I'm feeling like I'm sitting in this car. You will never want to play a flat screen version of a racer ever again, because this is just so much better.
So here we have another satisfied customer. She's saying that playing Gran Turismo on the PlayStation VR2 is like driving a real car. She's saying no one would ever want to play Gran Turismo on a flat screen again. So you hear that, Sony? Your fans are saying don't ever make Gran Turismo for any other console but the PlayStation VR2. So we are seeing here another satisfied customer. But it's not all good in the hood. There are some bad news when it comes to the PlayStation VR2. Let's look at some. Now, when it comes to the bad, there are some PlayStation loyalists who they are just not feeling this PlayStation VR2. For instance,
two games that are on the platform for me weren't hitting as much as I needed them to for a brand new PlayStation VR2 headset that is $550. And so that's where I come down on the 3 versus the 4 score.
So yeah, for some, the PlayStation VR2 is not worth the $550 for the console, because the games that are on there, according to that guy, is not hitting, it is not lashing, it is not bracking as much as he would think it should brack for a $550 console. Let's look at another.
It's plugged in right now. Goes white. And then blinks red. Nothing ever shows up on the screen.
So for this consumer, his PlayStation VR2 was dead on arrival. So there are some issues coming out from the PlayStation VR2, some more widespread than others. For example, a number of news articles was written on some of the problems persons are seeing, widespread problems persons are seeing with the PlayStation VR2. The news outlet report For example, a PlayStation website Push Square is saying that a huge number of PlayStation VR2 early adopters are having issues with their new PSVR Sense controller functioning in-game. Another Twitter user, Button Smash Games, PlayStation VR2 players reporting issues with their new PlayStation VR. So these are not just any random fans that are making these complaints. These are legitimate websites that is more PlayStation centric is writing up these reports. Now, DualShocker said that PlayStation VR2 Sense controller reportedly experiencing technical issues.
A new PSVR Reddit thread indicates that a significant number of users are currently experiencing problems with the right Sense controller of the recently launched PSVR2, with several complaints about unresponsive buttons. Users are sharing possible solutions, but there has yet to be an official response from Sony. The Sense controllers, also known as PSVR2 controllers, are personalized input tools that come with the PSVR2 virtual reality headset, replacing the PlayStation Move controllers used in the first version of VR. Each Sense controller has 2 of the 4 iconic buttons: circle, cross, triangle, and square, an analog stick, and an L1 or R1 button. The thread also reports that certain games, such as Gran Turismo 7, Tetris Effect, Thumper, Pistol Whip, and Kayak VR, work well and are not affected by the Sense issues. One user suggestion that received the most votes was to turn off the Sense controllers, start the game with the DualSense controller first, and then turn on the Sense controllers while in the game. Additionally, some users are reporting that both the left and right Sense controllers are affected, not just the right one.
On the other hand, there are some users experiencing some major issues with the PlayStation VR 2. Now, one would ask, why is this? Why Sony is not coming out and say something? Did they test this right? On the other hand, there are also some persons who are skeptical about the VR tech altogether. As you know, Tencent and Microsoft, they are not investing in VR. Maybe they are waiting to see what are some of the long-term effects persons would be having these bright lights directly into your eyes. But what about the bushmeat? Are some persons ready to throw this PlayStation VR out of their house because it's rotten? Let's see what one user said.
Oh good, the left controller isn't working. Well, and I can't move.
I'll get to you.
I can't because my left controller isn't working. It says there's left off. Well, you know what? I'm gonna post this little thing. I was so excited for this and I get it here. Right controller in Resident Evil 8, left controller doesn't work in this game. The $600, it pisses me off. I'm getting reprojection, the graphics foggy. I can't believe the ghosting that I'm seeing on things. I wasn't expecting that. They're like 3090 Ti equivalent.
So this guy is really angry. He expects his $600 PlayStation VR 2 to work coming out of the box. So according to him, this device needs to be thrown into the garbage because it's rotting bushmeat. But what do you think? Do you think that the PlayStation VR 2, this is it, this is the truth, this peripheral is really good? Or do you think that Sony should have put it or leave it onto the fire just a little longer to, get it right? Let me know what you think about it in the comment sections below. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos. Later.